Hello everyone, this time I'll be doing 2025 JEE in quadratic equations. It's a first period topic, April shift. Okay, we'll see the number of questions appeared from different topics here. Quadratic equations, finding roots of the equation. Nature of the roots is 4 questions. Newton's methods, one of the most familiar question asked in many of the exams. 2 questions are asked, Newton's method, nature of roots, 4 questions, cube roots of unity. 1 question, finding number of real roots of an equation is 2. Totally we have 9 questions altogether from April shift 2025 JEE. So quadratic equations are first period topic. In the NCERT book we don't have quadratic equations, but you have to study for JEE exams. Earlier the complex numbers and quadratic equations together was there in the NCERT book of first PU syllabus, I'm telling. But now it's deleted for in the NCERT book, but still you have to study for JEE main. Okay. Quite extra topics are there, a bit of extra topics, finding the nature of the roots, location of roots, and many other concepts are there. Newton's method is one of the most familiar and frequently asked question. Okay, you got to study more concepts in this. Actually, you have to study the synopsis part. I'll be doing the synopsis part of this chapter for JEE Mains exclusively. You can listen to that video also. Now we'll discuss one by one the questions of April shift 2025 quadratic equations of JEE Main. Okay. The first question, Pn is given to be equal to alpha power n plus beta power n. N is a natural number. P suffix 10 is 123. P suffix 9 is 76. P suffix 8 is 47 and P1 is 1. You have to find the quadratic equation having roots 1 by alpha and 1 by beta. So this, you should identify that this question is based on the Newton's method. So what is Newton's method? I'll explain in short. Okay. So whenever they give like this, Pn is equal to alpha power n plus beta power n, where alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation. The quadratic equation takes the general form. First I'll explain briefly about the Newton's method, then I'll go to this problem. Okay. So if you have a quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. If you have a quadratic equation, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. A quadratic equation is there. Ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. A, b, c are real numbers, of course. Okay. A is not equal to 0. Condition is there. Alpha and beta are the roots of this quadratic equation. Suppose in that case, alpha is the root of the equation, no? So it satisfies the equation. So I can write a into alpha power n plus b into a into alpha square plus b into alpha plus c equal to 0, correct? So because alpha is the root of this equation, I can write it as a into alpha square. In place of x, I am putting alpha. A into alpha square plus b into alpha plus c equal to 0. Beta is the root of the same equation. So in place of x, you put beta. So what I am going to get is a into beta square plus b into beta plus c equal to 0. Okay. And whenever you want to apply Newton's method, no, this condition should be there. Pn should be equal to alpha power n plus beta power n. Pn, it can be alpha power n plus beta power n. In general, I'll tell you, Pn can be alpha power n plus or minus beta power n. Or it can also be like this. Pn takes this form. Lambda into alpha power n plus or minus mu into beta power n. In this form, if they give also, I can use Newton's method. So, how to relate this? See, this equation, what I'll do is I'll multiply by alpha power n. Okay. This equation I'll multiply by beta power n. Multiply the first equation by alpha power n and multiply the second equation by beta power n. The first equation becomes a into alpha power n plus 2, correct, plus b into alpha power n plus 1 plus c into alpha power n is equal to 0. Second equation becomes a into beta square into beta power n, that is beta power n plus 2 plus b into beta power n plus 1 plus c into beta power n is equal to 0. I can add these two equations, or I can subtract the two equations, correct? Or I can multiply the first equation by lambda and multiply the second equation by mu and add it according to this. I'm trying to construct this. Okay. So here we're adding no corresponding, I'll take A common here. A is common. So what do you get? Alpha power n plus 2 plus beta power n plus 2. Correct? Plus B into alpha power n plus 1 plus beta power n plus 1. Okay? Plus C into alpha power n plus beta power n is equal to 0. See now, if Pn is equal to alpha power n plus beta power n, alpha power n plus 1 plus beta power n plus 1 is P suffix n plus 1. Same way this will be P suffix n plus 2. Correct? Because Pn is alpha power n plus beta power n. Suffix n means the power is n for alpha and beta. Here this becomes alpha power n plus 2 plus beta power n plus 2. That will be P suffix n plus 2. Correct? Plus B into P suffix n plus 1 plus C into Pn is equal to 0. See, A, B, C are the coefficients here, no? Same coefficients I am adding. So, if Pn is equal to alpha power n plus beta power n, or if it is alpha power n minus beta power n, where alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation given to you, or if Pn is equal to lambda into alpha power n plus or minus mu into beta power n, this form. If it is in this form also, I can get the equation. In all these cases, no, what happens is my quadratic equation will become A into Pn plus 2 plus B into Pn plus 1 plus C into Pn equal to 0. This form it takes. Questions that are asked indirectly many times. Here it's not straightforward. Even if you see the PYQs of 2024, 2023, 2022, Newton's method, definitely you can find questions. Definitely questions are there from Newton's method. Every year you can expect this Newton's method, okay, in one or the other shifts. 100% guarantee. At least out of 8 shifts, 2 shifts also we can expect. Minimum 2 shifts, this type of questions will be there. Either in the multiple choice question or in the numerical type questions we can find out. So such a common and frequently asked question this is. Here, because they given Pn is equal to alpha power n plus beta power n, n is a natural number. See, P10, P9 and P8 are given, no? If you add these numbers 76 and 47, I'm going to get 123. So P10 is nothing but P9 plus P8. Correct? So it satisfies 10, 9, 8 are 3 consecutive numbers, no? See, n plus 2, n plus 1, n are consecutive numbers. If n is a natural number, correct? So n plus 1, n plus 2 in that form I'm getting. So because this condition is satisfied, what I can tell, see, if you know this relationship, from this I can write the quadratic equation. Correct? If the relation satisfied, this relation is satisfied, means we can write the quadratic equation as a into x square plus b into x plus c equal to 0. If the quadratic equation is given, I can write in terms of Pn plus 2, Pn plus 1 and Pn also. Both the ways. If you know the quadratic equation, I can express in this form. If you know this relationship, I can express in terms of the quadratic equation. Both are possible. Correct? Both are possible. So, now what is given in this question is P10 is equal to P9 plus P8. Correct? You add 76 and 47, we get 123. Correct? So, P10 is equal to P9 plus P8. What I can write from this is, from the given equation, I can write P10 is equal to P9 plus P8, or writing all the terms to one side, I can write this as P10 minus P9 minus P8 equal to 0. Does this relation take this form? Correct? See, coefficients of the P suffix n plus 2, P suffix n plus 1 and Pn are A, B, C. They are the coefficients of the quadratic there of x square, x and constant term respectively. So I can form the quadratic equation using this. So what will be my quadratic equation? Coefficients are 1, minus 1, minus 1, no, of P10, P9, P8 respectively. So my quadratic equation becomes x square minus x minus 1 equal to 0. So because of these conditions given to us, I can write like this, x square minus x minus 1 equal to 0. So this is a derivation I did, okay, for a Newton's method. I'll erase this and work out the problem in detail properly, okay. So much is not required, all these things, because this is for your information, I told. So whenever quadratic equation is given to you, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, a quadratic equation is given to you. So remember this. That's the most important, okay? Whenever a quadratic equation is given to you, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, if alpha and beta are the roots of that equation, then we can write the relationship in terms of Pn plus 2, Pn plus 1 and Pn as A into Pn plus 2 plus B into Pn plus 1 plus C into Pn equal to 0. Okay, that is a relationship satisfied. So that's for your information I told, because this is a commonly asked question. In the synopsis of JEE quadratic equation, I'll be doing this in detail. Okay, so since P10 is equal to, since P suffix 10 is equal to P9 plus P8, correct? Because the given 123 is equal to 76 and 47 values. If I add 76 and 47, we get 123. From this, I can write P10 minus P9 minus P8 equal to 0. From this, I can form the quadratic equation. So, what is the quadratic equation here? 1 into x square minus 1 into x minus 1 equal to 0. And further, the given P1 is 1, no? P1 means what? Alpha power 1 plus beta power 1. Also, P1 is given. P1 is given to be equal to 1, which is nothing but alpha plus beta. P1 is given to be equal to 1, which is alpha power 1 plus beta power 1. P1. Alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta is 1. Correct? P1 is 1. So, like this. So, also, if alpha and beta are the roots of this equation, that is satisfied. See, sum of the roots is minus b by, minus of minus 1 by 1, which is true. And P1, alpha into beta is c by, and alpha into beta, the product of the roots is c by, constant term by coefficient of x square, minus 1 by 1, that is minus 1. So, alpha plus beta is 1, alpha into beta is minus 1. So, we got alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. We want to form the quadratic equation whose roots are 1 by alpha and 1 by beta. So, roots are 1 by alpha and 1 by beta. Roots are 1 by alpha and 1 by beta. For this, the quadratic equation is going to be equal to what? X square minus sum of the roots into x plus product of the roots equal to 0. Correct? 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta into x plus 1 by alpha into 1 by beta equal to 0. Alpha plus beta is 1. We know alpha plus beta and alpha into beta. X square minus, here alpha beta is common denominator. What we get? Beta plus alpha, same as alpha plus beta into x plus 1 by alpha into beta is equal to 0. Correct? Substitute the values. X square minus alpha plus beta is 1. Alpha into beta is minus 1 into x plus 1 by alpha into beta is minus 1 equal to 0. Alpha plus beta is 1 using these values. Alpha into beta is minus 1. Correct? Minus minus of cancel becomes plus. I'm getting x square plus x. 1 by minus 1 is minus 1 equal to 0. So x square plus x minus 1 equal to 0. Option A is answer. Quite simple question. Important thing is you have to identify that it forms a Newton's method. Okay, that's the important thing. So to start the problem is important. 126 is 76 plus 47. So P10 is P9 plus P8. Rearrange the terms. So from this relationship I can write the quadratic equation. If they give the quadratic equation, I can write the relationship in terms of Pn plus 1, Pn plus 2 and vice versa. So very important, Newton's method. Question asked on 2nd of April, 1st 2025, JEE main. Move on to the next one. Solution is also shown here. Okay. Answer is option A we got. Next one. Question number 2. If the set of all A belongs to all real numbers except 1 for which the roots of the equation are positive is the interval open closed interval minus infinity to minus alpha union beta to gamma closed open. Find 2 alpha plus beta plus gamma. Question asked on 2nd of April 2nd shift 2025. So this is a question based on the nature of roots. Here the nature of roots is given to be what? The roots of the equation are positive. Roots are positive. Alpha and beta the roots of this equation. Suppose, of course, the interval is given as alpha, beta, gamma there. Okay, notation is. So I'll take the roots as say K1 and K2. For I'll use a different notation so that it is confusion is avoided here, because alpha, beta is already used here. So I'll take the roots as K1 and K2. Let K1 and K2 be the roots of this equation. Okay. So what is mentioned here? Roots are positive. So first root is positive, even the second root is positive. Both the roots are positive here. K1 is positive, K2 is positive. Correct? This equation I can write it as 1 minus a into x square, 1 minus a into x square plus 2 into a minus 3x. More space is required. I'll start from the extreme left. Okay. So this equation is given to be here. The given equation is 1 minus a into x square plus 2 into a minus 3 into x plus 9 equal to 0. Let the roots of this equation be k1 and k2. Both the roots are positive. They told k1 is positive, k2 is positive. So k1 plus k2 is positive. Sum of two positive numbers is positive. Product of two positive numbers is positive. So given k1 is positive and k2 is positive. Given k1 is positive and k2 is positive. So k1 plus k2. Sum of the roots. K1 plus K2 is going to be positive and K1 into K2 is going to be positive. Sum is positive, product is positive because positive plus positive is positive. Positive into positive is positive. Correct? Both the roots are positive, they told. So, and also I'll be using the condition that b square minus 4ac, the discriminant is greater than or equal to 0 because roots are going to be real. Correct? So, now, k1 plus k2, what is sum of the roots? Minus b by minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. That I shall find out here. That is equal to minus b by minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. So what I should write here? Minus 2 times a minus 3 divided by 1 minus a is greater than 0. And the product of the roots, 9 by product of the roots is c by constant term divided by coefficient of x square. 9 by 1 minus a is greater than 0. 9 by 1 minus a is greater than 0. So here minus 2 into a minus 3 by 1 minus a is greater than 0 means what? So that is equal to, I'll multiply this minus to denominator. So it becomes 2 into a minus 3 divided by a minus 1 it becomes. Minus is absorbed for the denominator, greater than 0. Correct? And 9 by 1 minus a is greater than 0. So from this I can, 9 is already positive. So 1 minus a should be positive. Correct? From this I can write 1 minus a should be positive. That means 1 should be greater than a. That means a is less than 1. From this I can write a minus 3 by a minus 1 should be positive because 2 is already positive. Therefore I can write a minus 3 by a minus 1 should be positive. By using the rules of inequalities, I can write the solution for this. A should belong to the interval. A should belong to the interval. I can use Wavy-Cobb method also. Otherwise, directly I can write the solution set for this. 1 is smaller than 3, no? So, solution set is minus infinity to 1, union 3 to infinity. Learn this. X minus a by x minus b. X minus a by x minus b is greater than 0 means x belongs to the interval x minus a by x minus b. Suppose x minus a divided by x minus b is greater than 0, then we can write the solution set as x belongs to the interval minus infinity to a union b to infinity. Assume that a is smaller than b. If b is smaller than a, then interchange and write. Here where a is smaller than b I wrote, okay? I assume that a is smaller than b. If b is smaller than a, interchange these two. B will come this side, a will go that side. Because while writing the interval, the smaller number should be first, larger number afterwards. Correct? So a should belong to this interval. Minus infinity to 1, union 3 to infinity. Should take the common value for this. And also I should take discriminant of this quadratic should be greater than or equal to 0 for real roots. Also for real roots, b square minus 4ac is greater than or equal to 0. We have b should be greater than or equal to 0. D is b square minus 4ac. B is here. Correct? A means the coefficient of x square. B square minus 4ac. Let us use capital letters here. B square minus 4ac. This should be greater than or equal to 0. So what is b? B is 2 into a minus 3. Square of that 4 into a minus 3 the whole square. minus 4 into coefficient of x square is 1 minus a and constant term is 9 is greater than or equal to 0. You can divide by 4 and expand this. A minus 3 the whole square is a square plus 9 minus 6a. I'm dividing by 4 and writing. So minus 1 into 9, that is minus 9. Minus into minus plus 9a. This should be greater than or equal to 0, correct? I'm dividing by 4 and writing, expanding this. And here minus 1 into 9, minus 9, minus into minus plus 9e. So 9e cancel here. So what I'm getting is a square minus 9 plus 9 will add up to 0. 9e minus 6a, that is 3a greater than or equal to 0. From this I can write a into a plus 3 greater than or equal to 0. A means a minus 0, correct? A means a minus 0. A plus 3 is a minus minus 3 greater than or equal to 0. That means a belongs to the interval minus infinity to minus 3, minus 3 included, union 0 to infinity, correct? This product to be greater than or equal to 0, correct? Here the quotient was greater than 0. So accordingly I am writing the product is positive, or if the product is positive or the quotient is positive, the solution set is almost same. If this was reverse, that is less than 0, then x will belong to the interval AB, okay? If x minus a by x minus b is less than 0, then x belongs to the interval AB if a is smaller than b. If b is smaller than interval b comma a, like that you should write. So this is almost same as that, okay? The product of two numbers is greater than or equal to 0. Solution set will be a belong to the interval minus infinity to minus 3 because minus 3 is smaller, 0 is bigger. So minus infinity to minus 3 union 0 to infinity. Now I should take the intersection of all these three. One solution is here. A is less than 1. This is one solution. A belongs to the interval less than 1 means minus infinity to 1. And here this is one more solution set we got, 2. And the third one is here. Should take the intersection of all these three, 1, 2 and 3. I should take the intersection. I'll represent it here. I'll represent here. This is minus infinity to plus infinity. Mark the numbers. Which are the numbers I should mark? 1 I should mark, 3 I should mark, minus 3 I should mark. So minus 3 I'll mark first here. 0 also I have to mark. Minus 3, 0, correct? Then 1 and 3. Those are the numbers required for me. 1 and 3. According to this, a is less than 1, correct? A is less than 1. 1 minus a should be positive. Numerator is already positive. So 1 minus a should be positive. So that positive by positive is positive, correct? Numerator is already positive. So denominator should be positive so that the ratio is positive. 1 minus a positive means a is less than 1. So less than 1 means left side of 1. So minus infinity to 1. I'll use other ink here so that becomes easy to understand. So this is the solution set. A is less than 1. So minus infinity to 1. 1 is excluded. 1 is excluded. Coming to this, minus infinity to 1, union 3 to infinity, correct? So minus infinity to 1. I'll represent here. Minus infinity to 1. 1 is excluded. Union 3 to infinity. It goes 3 to infinity. Solution for this one. Minus infinity to minus 3. Union 0 to infinity. The last one. I'll represent here. Minus infinity to minus 3. Minus infinity to minus 3. Minus 3 is included. Minus 3 is included. Union 0 to infinity. 0 to infinity. 0 is included like this. So this much. So I should take the common for all these three. 1 intersection 2 intersection 3 I have to find out. So what is common? So the common solution will be, this should be present, no? Here out of these two any one can be present. Out of these two any one can be present because OR means union. Here also OR means union. But this has to be present here. A less than 1. So A less than 1 should be present. This side I am not getting common for all the three, correct? Greater than 1 I can't get common. I'll get common here. Common can be got here, correct? So this line I have minus infinity to minus 3, correct? So this part is common, right? For all three. See, this part is common. This part is common. This is there, here also there, here also there. So this part is common here. Minus infinity to minus 3. Minus 3 is included, okay, in all. Here I can't get common. Here, these two are present, but here it's absent. Here I can get common, right? This part is present everywhere. Here, here, here. correct? So this part is common. This part is common. So what is the solution set for this? A belongs to the interval minus infinity to minus 3 union 0 to 1, correct? So the solution set 1 intersection 2 intersection 3 gives 1 intersection 2 intersection 3 is A belongs to the interval minus infinity to minus 3 union 0 to 1, correct? And minus 3 is included in all, so I can include it here. Minus infinity to minus 3 included in all the 3, and union 0 is included in all the 3, but 1 is included in only 1, in excluded in 2. So union 0 to 1, 0 to 1, correct? 0 to 1, including 0, excluding 1. That is what we want, closed open interval, correct? So this is minus infinity to minus alpha union beta to gamma. So compare minus infinity to minus alpha. This is your minus alpha, correct? So alpha should be 3. I'm getting alpha equal to 3. And this is beta gamma. Beta is 0. Beta is 0. Gamma is 1. Correct? Want to find 2 alpha plus beta plus gamma. Finally, I want to find 2 alpha plus beta plus gamma. Hope it's clear. These kind of solutions that you can obtain using wavy curve method also. If you're not comfortable with this writing solution, no, use wavy curve method. Critical points are 1 and 3. Mark the numbers 1 and 3 on the number line. Start from the extreme right. Positive, negative, positive. That also you can do. Okay, if you want. So my value of want to find 2 alpha plus beta plus gamma. I'll write the answer here itself. 2 into alpha, how much we got? 3. Correct? Beta we got 0. Correct? Gamma is 1. Gamma is 1. 2 into 3, 6. 6 plus 1, 7 is the answer. Correct? 2 into 3, 6. 6 plus 0, 6. 6 plus 1, 7. Answer is 7. That is what we got. The solution is also shown here. If you want, you can use wavy curve method to determine whether this is positive or negative. In which interval we want the ratio to be positive. That also, if you want, I can show. Using wavy curve method, if you are doing now, for writing the solution set for this. What are the critical points of this? 1 and 3. 1 and 3 are the critical points. Coefficient of A is positive in the numerator, denominator. That should be the condition. If one of them is negative, means if coefficient of A in the numerator is positive, denominator is negative, means you multiply by minus 1. See that all coefficients of A in the numerator, denominator is positive. So right side of 3 you start. Right side of 3 is positive because coefficient of A in the numerator, denominator is positive. Alternate plus minus because 3 is derived from A. 3 is derived from A minus 3. What is the power of A minus 3? 1. Odd number. Odd number means sign changes. 1 is got from A. 1 is got from A minus 1. What is the power of A minus 1? 1. Odd number. So sign changes becomes plus. We want positive, no? So minus infinity to 1 union 3 to infinity. That is what I got. Using wavy curve method, you can write plus, minus, plus. Extreme right to start, positive, and negative, positive. Alternate plus, minus. Extreme right, positive. Extreme right, positive because the rule according to wavy curve method is the coefficient of A in the numerator, denominator is positive. So extreme right is positive. Why next minus? Because the 3 is derived from where you should see. 3 is got from A minus 3. A minus 3 to the power 1. So power of A minus 3 is 1. That means odd number. Odd number means sign changes. Plus will become minus. 1 is got from where? 1 is got from A minus 1. A minus 1 power 1. Odd number. So sign changes becomes plus. So if the powers of the critical point where is derived, no? So odd number means sign changes. Plus, minus, plus. If the power of A minus 3 was even number, then sign will not change. That's the rule of wavy curve method. Okay. So powers are odd numbers. A minus 3 power 1. A minus 1 power 1. So sign changes. Here also same way we can obtain. So hope it's clear. The wavy curve method is learned if it's better because in increasing and decreasing functions also second view topic we need that maxima and minima. There also we may require. Okay, the wavy curve method is quite useful here and there to work out the problems. Answer was 7 for the previous question as we got. Correct? 7 was the answer we got. It's a numerical type question asked on 2nd of April, second shift 2025. Want the next one? Alpha and beta the roots of the equation. Gamma and delta the roots of another equation. Pn is equal to alpha power n plus beta power n. Qn is equal to gamma power n plus delta power n. Our familiar Newton's method you should apply here. Whenever alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation, and if they give Pn equal to alpha power n plus beta power n, gamma and delta are the roots of another equation, Qn is equal to gamma power n plus delta power n. Suitable to apply Newton's method. So friendly it is. Very easy to answer also. Don't leave this. If you get this question in the exam, no, definitely you have to answer. You have to search the paper where this question is there or not. Okay, that's the most easiest question to crack, the Newton's method. So given equation is x square plus root 3x minus 16 equal to 0. For this quadratic equation, roots are alpha and beta. For this quadratic equation, roots are alpha and beta. Correct? So, and Pn is given to be equal to alpha power n plus beta power n. Pn is given to be equal to alpha power n plus beta power n. Now, want to find this expression, correct? Value of this expression from that. So I told, because alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation and Pn is equal to alpha power n plus beta power n, this equation becomes, I can write using that relationship between Pn plus 2, Pn plus 1 and Pn. How to write? So Pn plus 2, correct? 1 into Pn plus 2. Coefficients here matters. Coefficient of x square 1, no? 1 into Pn plus 2. Here root 3 into Pn plus 1. Root 3 into Pn plus 1 minus 16 into Pn is equal to 0. Correct? 1 into Pn plus 2 plus root 3 into Pn plus 1 minus 16 into Pn equal to 0. Now you can see the numbers here 25, 24 and 23. They are consecutive. And also see root 3 is one of the coefficient, no? So that does also help you to make out this is Newton's method. So you should identify that this problem is of Newton's method. That is also more important, correct? That will be easy. See, root 3 is present here. Coefficient of P24 is root 3 and root 3 is present here, correct? So that will help you to identify it's a Newton's method. So I'll put n is equal to which value to get this expression? 23, 24, 25, the numbers present, the suffixes. So I'll put n is equal to 23 here. I can find out that expression using this equation. Put n is equal to 23 here. Put n is equal to 23 in the above equation. What we get? P suffix 23 plus 2, 25 plus root 3 into P suffix 23 plus 1, 24 minus 16 into Pn is equal to 0. Put n is equal to 23. Find out this how much? P25 plus root 3 into P24 is equal to 16 Pn. You can divide by 2 Pn so that this expression becomes equal to 8. Correct? Dividing by 2. First rewrite this. From this I can write it as P25 plus root 3 into P24 is equal to 16 into P. N I didn't put. No, N I should put 23. Sorry. N I should put 23. Oh, I didn't put. N is equal to 23. Sorry. Put n is equal to 23. 23 plus 2, 25. 23 plus 1, 24. Put n is equal to 23. So that's equal to 16 times P23. I want to get 2P3. No, this I can write 8 into 2. So bring this 2P23 down. P25 plus root 3 into P24 divided by 2 times P23. That will be equal to 8. So we got the expression of this. The value of this expression is 8. Similarly, find out for this. Correct? So given another equation is given as x square minus 3x minus 1 equal to 0. Roots of this equation are what? Gamma and delta. And Qn is defined to be equal to gamma power n plus delta power n. Qn is gamma power n plus delta power n. Correct? So by Newton's method, I can write the equation, I can write the relationship between Qn plus 2, Qn plus 1 and Qn by using Newton's method. By using Newton's method. By using Newton's method, what we have? Q suffix n plus 2 minus 3 times Q suffix n plus 1 minus Qn is equal to 0, correct? Constant term will become Qn there. Minus Qn is equal to 0. Now you put n is equal to how much to get this expression? Again put n is equal to 23 only. We can see the numbers 25, 23, 24. So put n is equal to 23 here also. Put n is equal to 23. Put n is equal to 23 in the above equation. We get q suffix 25 minus 3 times q24 minus q23 equal to 0. I want to find q25 minus q23 divided by q24, that will be 3, correct? q25 plus 3 3x was there, equation plus it is plus, so q25 minus q23 is equal to minus 3q24, correct? From this, what you can write, q25 minus q23 divided by q24 is equal to minus 3. Add these two and keep. So answer is how much? First expression we got the answer as 8. Second expression we got the answer as minus 3. 8 plus minus 3, 5. Option D is answer. 8 plus minus 3 equal to 5. Using Newton's method, get the relation in terms of Pn plus 2, Pn plus 1, Pn. Coefficients will be same while writing this. Okay. Looking at the quadratic equation, you would write x bar becomes Pn plus 2. X becomes Pn plus 1. 16 is 16 into 1. 1 becomes Pn. Coefficients you write as it is. Okay. Here also same thing. X bar becomes Qn plus 2. 3 you keep as it is. X becomes Qn plus 1. Minus 1 into Qn. That is minus Qn. Put n is equal to 23. Put n is equal to 23. Find out that expression, this expression. 8 plus minus 3. Answer is 5. That is what we got. Answer is option D. Detailed solution is shown here. Move on to the next one. The equation is given here, have equal roots. For a quadratic equation to have equal roots, condition is D should be equal to 0. B square minus 4AC equal to 0. Nature of roots. Question on nature of roots. And it is mixed with the straight lines concept. Find the distance of the point from the line. You use perpendicular distance formula from the point to the line, mod of ax1 plus by1 plus c by root of a square plus b square. Okay. So the given equation could be written as x into x plus 2 plus 12 minus k is into 12 minus k into 12 minus k is equal to 2. So from this, what you can write is, you can multiply this. X into x will be x square plus 2x. I multiply x inside for this. X square plus 2x. X square plus 2x. X square plus 2x is equal to 2 divided by 12 minus k. Right? 12 minus k to denominator. Shifting to other side. So we can write this as x square plus 2x minus 2 by 12 minus k is equal to 0. Writing in the form of ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. For equal roots, for quadratic to have equal roots, b should be equal to 0. That is b square minus 4ac equal to 0. For equal roots, what is the condition? B square minus 4ac is equal to 0. B means it is coefficient of x. Coefficient of x is 2. 2 square minus 4 into a is coefficient of x square 1, and the constant term is minus 2 divided by 12 minus k. Minus 2 divided by 12 minus k is equal to 0. B square minus 4 into a into c. C is constant term, minus 2 divided by 12 minus k. So what I get is 2 square 4 minus into minus plus 4 2s are 8 divided by 12 minus k is equal to 0. Minus into minus plus 4 2s are 8. So what you get, 4 is equal to minus 8 divided by 12 minus k. 4 1s are 4 2s are cancelled. Cross multiply. We get 12 minus k is equal to minus 2. So minus k take that as k is equal to 12 plus 2, 14 I am getting. The value of k is 14. So point is k comma k by 2. No? The point is k comma k by 2. Point is given to be equal to k comma k by 2, which is 14 comma 14 by 2, which is 7. Want to find the distance the perpendicular distance, the distance of the point, want to find distance of the point 14,7 to this line, correct? 14,7 to the line is 3x plus 4y plus 5 equal to 0. Use mod of ax1 plus by1 plus c by root of a square plus b square. The distance formula is this, I'll write here. The distance formula d is equal to distance between the point and the line. In fact, the perpendicular distance you're finding, mod of ax1 plus by1 plus c divided by root of a square plus b square. Correct? Point is x1, y1 and the line is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Distance is mod of a into x1, 3 into 14. 3 into 14. Correct? A into x1 plus b into y1, 4 into 7 plus c is 5 divided by root of a square plus b square. Root of 3 square 9 and 4 square 16. Correct? Ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Compare the line with ax plus by plus c equal to 0 and the point is x1 y1. A into x1, 3 into 14. Correct? Using this formula. Point is x1 y1. Okay? The point is x1 y1 and the line is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. If you want, you can write. The line is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. A into x1, 3 into 14 plus 4 into 7 plus 5. A into x1, b into y1 plus c divided by root of a square plus b square. 3 into 14 is 42. 4 into 7 is 28. 28 plus 42, that is 70. Correct? 70 plus 5 is 75 divided by root 25 is 5. 75 by 5. Answer is 15. Option B is the answer. Question asked on 3rd of April, second shift, 2025. Correct? Very simple question. Just use the condition that b square minus 4ac equal to 0. Quadratic has real roots, if real and distinct roots, if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. Quadratic has real and equal roots, b square minus 4ac equal to 0. Quadratic has imaginary roots, if b square minus 4ac is less than 0. Real roots, real and distinct roots, real and equal roots and imaginary roots. All the conditions you must know. Here the quadratic has equal roots. In fact, it is real and equal roots. Correct? So b square minus 4ac equal to 0. Applying the condition, get the value of k and substitute here and find the distance of the point to the line. Mod of ax1 plus by1 plus c by root of a square plus b square. This is from straight lines chapter. Mixing quadratic equations with straight line. Okay? Multiple concepts are used here. 2 concepts are used. Move on to the next one. Question number 5. Consider the equation where n belongs to the closed interval 20 to 100 is a natural number. Then the number of all distinct values of n for which the given equation has integral roots. So the quadratic should have integral roots. What are the distinct values of n possible for this quadratic to have integral roots? So you must know the condition for quadratic to have integral roots. They can also ask the quadratic to have rational roots, irrational roots, like that. Many conditions are there. No real roots, like that. Many conditions will be given. Correct? So if the quadratic has integral roots, no, the condition is that b square minus 4ac should be a perfect square. Okay? And it should be an integer which is a perfect square. Okay? And also denominator formula is minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. That the denominator 2a is, that a should divide both b and delta. The formula for finding the roots of the equation is x equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. A is not equal to 0. For quadratic to have integral roots, condition is that b square minus 4ac should be a perfect square. Okay? B square minus 4ac should be a perfect square. Should be a perfect square and integer. Should be a perfect square. Should be a perfect square and it should be integer, or I can write it can be a whole number, because when you take a square root, no answer what you get is always non-negative. It can be 0 or positive. So and it's a whole number, I'll write. Whole number, can't be negative, correct? And it should be a whole number. and further this a is there, denominator a should divide both of this. A should divide minus b and a also should divide this square root. A should divide, a should divide, a should divide. In other words, minus b by a should be an integer, minus b by a should be integer, or minus b by 2a should be an integer, and delta by 2a should be integer. I will tell like that. Okay. A should divide also I can write. A should divide. A should divide A should divide B. A should divide B or minus B, right? And root of delta. A divides, that means minus B is divisible by, or you can write 2A only, better, 2A, more generally. 2A should divide minus B. That means minus B by 2A should be integer and root of delta by 2A should be integer. That's a condition. More particularly I write as 2A. So that no harm. So these are the conditions to be satisfied for the quadratic to have integral roots. Okay. So here you will find the roots of this equation by using the formula method. X square plus 4x minus n equal to 0. Using formula method you find out x is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4 into a into c divided by 2a, 2 into 1. So what you get is minus 4 plus or minus root of 16 plus 4n divided by 2. Correct? Minus b plus or minus root of b square, 4 square 16 minus 4 into 1 into minus n divided by 2 into 1, 2. So what I am getting here, this is equal to minus 4 plus or minus root of, we can take 4 common here. What remains is 4 plus n, correct? 4 plus n divided by 2. Root 4 is 2. So this becomes minus 4 plus or minus 2 into root of 4 plus n divided by 2. What again? This is equal to minus 2 plus or minus root of 4 plus n. Minus 4 by 2 minus 2. 2 cancels. Root of 4 plus n I'll get. Correct? So now minus 2 is already integer. Correct? So root of 4 plus n is 4 plus n should be perfect square. 4 plus n should be perfect square. How many such values are there? I have to find out. So n belongs to the interval 20 to 100 given. Given according to the question, n belongs to the closed interval 20 to 100. So n plus 4 belongs to which interval? N plus 4. N plus 4 belongs to the interval 24 to 104. So which are the perfect squares in the interval 24 to 104? N plus 4 can take which values of perfect squares I should write. So the perfect squares are n plus 4 belongs to the set containing elements 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100. Correct? That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Between 24 and 104, I can write these are the perfect squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 perfect squares. Therefore, possible values of n is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. N belongs to the interval 20 to 100. So n plus 4 belongs to this set. The 6 possible values. Correct? So answer is 6. Question asked on 5th of April, 1st shift, 2025. Move on to the next one. Question number 6. If alpha is a root of the equation, alpha is a root of this equation, x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. Summation k equal to 1 to n, alpha power k plus 1 by alpha power k the whole square equal to 20. Find the value of n. Alpha is a root of this equation. This is a very familiar equation. x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. Roots of this equation are omega and omega square, correct? You know that omega and omega square are the imaginary cube roots of unity, correct? X square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. If you factorize using formula method, I'll get the roots as omega and omega square. In fact, omega is minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2 and omega square is conjugate of omega, minus 1 minus I root 3 by 2. Okay, omega and omega square are the roots of this equation. Alpha is the root of this equation, so we can take alpha equal to omega. If you don't know, you can find the roots of this equation by using formula method. A is 1, B is 1, C is 1. If you compare the equation with ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, A is 1, B is 1, C is 1. If you find the roots of this equation, what we get? X is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, correct? Divided by 2 into 1. What we get? This is equal to minus 1 plus or minus 1 minus 4 is minus 3. Root of minus 3 divided by 2. That is equal to minus 1 plus or minus I root 3 by 2. Minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2 is omega. Omega is minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2. And omega square is the conjugate of this. Minus 1 minus I root 3 divided by 2. Omega square. This is omega and omega square are the imaginary cube roots of unity. Okay. X square plus, they are also the roots of the equation x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. Another equation similar to this is x square minus x plus 1 equal to 0. Roots of the equation x square minus x plus 1 equal to 0 is minus omega and minus omega square. Okay. Here omega and omega square are the roots of unity, cube roots of unity. Also they are the roots of the equation x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. So remember the values of omega and omega square. Okay, omega value is minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2. Omega square is conjugate of omega, which is minus 1 minus I root 3 by 2. And there are properties of omega here. You must know that 1 plus omega square equal to 0. 1 plus omega square is equal to 0. And omega cube is 1. Not only omega cube is 1, omega to the power multiples of 3 is 1. This is true for all n belongs to z. Correct? Omega to the power multiples of 3 is 1. Correct? For all n belongs to z. So I'll take alpha equal to omega and simplify this. You have to find n is equal to how much? The given summation k equal to 1 to n alpha power k plus 1 by alpha power k the whole square equal to 20. For which value of n you get the answer is 20, you have to find out. So consider that summation. First consider alpha k plus 1 by alpha k the whole square. Alpha k, alpha power k plus 1 by alpha power k the whole square. What is the expansion of this? A plus b whole square formula. A square, that is alpha power k square, alpha power 2k plus 1 by alpha power k square, 1 by alpha power 2k plus 2 into a into b, correct? 2 into alpha power k into 1 by alpha power k. That will simplify to what? Alpha power 2k plus 1 by alpha power 2k plus 2. Product of these two is 1. And alpha is omega. I'll take alpha is equal to omega. I'll take alpha is equal to omega. So this will become what? Omega power 2k plus 1 by omega power 2k plus 2. Correct? Taking alpha is equal to omega and getting like this. So I have to apply summation k equal to 1 to n. Answer is 20. For which value of n, how many terms I should take? K is 1 to n. N is how much? You have to find the value of n, so that expansion of that, summation of that is going to be equal to 20. So I'll be using these properties of cube roots of unity. 1 plus omega square 0, correct? I'll also note that if k is a multiple of 3, see, omega power multiples of 3 is 1. Omega cube is 1. Omega power 6 1. Omega power 9 1. Even omega power minus 3 is 1. Correct? So omega power multiples of 3 is 1. If you put k is equal to 1, becomes omega power omega square. Correct? And this becomes 1 by omega square. And note that 1 by omega square is omega. Also 1 by omega square is equal to omega. Because omega cube is 1. 1 by omega is omega square. 1 by omega square is omega. All those things you must know. So 1 by omega square will be omega. Okay. Omega plus omega square will be minus 1 from this. Omega plus omega square is minus 1. If you put k is equal to 1, I'll get omega square plus 1 by omega square. 1 by omega square is omega. From this it follows. 1 by omega square is omega. So it becomes omega square plus 1 by omega square. 1 by omega square is omega. Omega plus omega square is minus 1. Minus 1 plus 2 becomes 1. So if k is 1, 2, that is not a multiple of 3. Even you put k is equal to 2 here, it becomes omega power 4. It becomes 1 by omega power 4. Omega power 4 is omega because omega cube is 1. 1 by omega is omega square. So this is simplified to 1 only. If k is not a multiple of 3, then this expression simplifies to 1. And if k is a multiple of 3, suppose you put k equal to 3 here, 2 into 3, 6. Omega power 6, 1. Omega power 6, 1. 1 by 1, 1. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus 2, 4. If k is a multiple of 3, this expression simplifies to 4. And if k is not a multiple of 3, this will simplify to 1. Okay. So that is the important thing to be noted. So note that omega power 2k plus 1 by omega power 2k plus 2, I'll write two cases. 4 if n is multiple of 3. n is multiple of 3. If n is multiple of 3, it becomes 4. If it is not a multiple of 3, it simplifies to 1. Okay. If n is not a multiple of 3. Not a multiple of 3. n is not a multiple of 3. So that's the most important thing. If you want, I'll write the values. If you put k is equal to 1, what I am getting? If you put k is equal to 1, I'll write here. If you put k is equal to 1, this expression becomes, for k is equal to 1, implies omega square plus 1 by omega square plus 2. Correct? That is omega square. 1 by omega square is omega from this. 1 by omega square is omega because omega cube is 1. Omega is 1 by omega square. Omega 1 by omega square is omega. 1 by omega square is omega. Omega plus omega square is minus 1. From this 1 plus omega square 0. So omega plus omega square is minus 1. Correct? Minus 1 plus 2 is equal to 1. So when you put k is equal to 1, this expression becomes equal to 1. Same way, if you put k is equal to 2, it becomes 1 only. If you put k is equal to 2, if you put k is equal to, I'll write here. If you put k is equal to 2, for k is equal to 2, this expression becomes, put k is equal to omega power 4 plus 1 by omega power 4 plus 2. Correct? Omega power 4 plus 1 by omega power 4 plus 2. Omega power 4 is omega cube into omega. Omega cube is 1. So 1 into omega is omega. 1 by omega power 4 will be 1 by omega. And 1 by omega is omega square. So that will become what? Omega plus omega square plus 2. Correct? 1 by omega is omega square. Omega power 4 is omega because omega cube is 1. 1 by omega power 4 also 1 by omega. Omega power 4 is omega because omega power 4 means omega cube into omega. Correct? Omega cube is 1. Omega cube is 1. 1 into omega is omega. So omega power 4 is same as omega. Correct? 1 by omega is omega square. It follows from here. Correct? So omega plus omega square is minus 1. Minus 1 plus 2 is equal to 1. So if k is not a, if n is not a, no, n, no, k I should write, no, k, not n. K should be the symbol there. If k is multiple of 3 and k is not a multiple of 3. If k is not a multiple of 3, this expression simplifies to 1. If k is multiple of 3, this expression becomes 4 because omega power multiple of 3 is 1. 1 by omega power multiple of 3 is 1. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus 2, 4. So this expression can be equal to 4 or 1. Only two possibilities. So if you put k is equal to 1, for k is equal to 1, the first bracket will be how much? First bracket will be, if you put k is equal to 1, first bracket simplifies to 1. For k is equal to 2, it becomes 1. K is equal to 3, put it becomes 4. Correct? K equal to 1, k equal to, k equal to 3. K equal to 4, it becomes 1 because 4 is not a multiple of 3. K is equal to 5, it becomes 1. K is equal to 6, you put, it becomes 4. Next, k equal to 7, it becomes 1. K is equal to 8, becomes 1. K is equal to 9, it becomes 4. If k is multiple of 3, it becomes 4. If k is not a multiple of 3, it becomes 1. For k is equal to 10, it becomes 1, this bracket. K is equal to 11, it becomes 1. If you add this much, you'll get the answer as 20, correct? 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. 1 plus 1 plus 4 is 6. 1 plus 1 plus 4 is 6. Here also 6. 18 plus 2, 20. So how many terms I took? I took 11 terms. So value of n is 11. Value of n is 11. So I should take 11 terms to get the answer as 20. So numerical type question asked on 4th of April, second shift. Answer is 11. Hope it's clear. Learn all the properties of omega. 1 plus omega square 0. Omega cube is 1. Omega power multiple of 3 also 1. Not only omega cube is 1, omega power multiples of 3 is 1. And 1 by omega is omega square. 1 by omega square is omega. Omega and omega square are conjugates. They're not only conjugates, they're also reciprocals. They are the roots of the equation x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. Value of omega is minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2. Value of omega square is minus 1 minus I root 3 by 2. I took alpha as omega and did the problem. If you want, you can take alpha equal to omega square and work out. You'll get the same answer. Answer doesn't change. Okay, you can take either alpha equal to omega or you can take alpha equal to omega square and do. You'll get the same answer. Okay, answer is 11. And this property is important here. This is an important note in this problem. Omega power 2k plus 1 by omega power 2k plus 2 will become 4 if k is a multiple of 3. Take a multiple of 3 and verify and use the properties. If k is not a multiple of 3, this sum becomes 1. So for k is equal to 1, put k is equal to 1 in this, it becomes 1. K is equal to 2 in this, you get 1. K is equal to 3, it becomes 4. If you put k as multiple of 3, this bracket will simplify to 4. First term, second term, third term. K equal to 1, k equal to 2, k equal to 3. K equal to 4 in this, I'll get this. K equal to 5, 1. K equal to 6, 4. K equal to 7, this becomes 1. K equal to 8, it becomes 1. K equal to 9, it becomes 4. If you put k as multiple of 3, it becomes 4. If you put k equal to not a multiple of 3, it becomes 1. Put k equal to 10, k equal to 11, so n equal to 11. So 11 terms which you take, you'll get the answer as 20. So required answer is n equal to 11. Hope it's clear. Solution is also shown here. Okay. Move on to the next one, question number 7. Let the set of all values of p belongs to R for which both the roots of the equation are negative real numbers be the interval like this, alpha, beta, open, closed interval. Find beta minus 2 alpha. So roots of this equation are negative real numbers. Both are negative. Take the roots as k1 and k2 because alpha beta is already used there. I'll use the roots as k1 and k2. Okay. So given equation is what? Given equation is x square minus p plus 2 into x plus 2p plus 9 equal to 0. K1 and k2 are the roots. K1 and k2 are the roots of this equation. K1 and K2 are the roots of this equation you take. Sum of the roots is minus b by a, correct? So use that. Both the roots are negative. K1 is negative, K2 is negative. Negative plus negative is negative. And negative into negative is positive. I'll be using that. Given K1 and K2 both are negative. K1 is less than 0 and K2 is less than 0. Both are negative real roots. So k1 plus k2 is also negative. Sum of two negative real numbers is negative. Negative plus negative is negative. Negative into negative is positive. K1 into k2 is positive. Sum of the roots is minus b by minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. So sum of the roots minus of minus p plus 2, correct? Divided by coefficient of x square is 1. So p plus 2 is less than 0. That will give p less than minus 2. And product of the roots c by 2p plus 9 divided by 1. So 2p plus 9. 2p plus 9 is greater than 0. That means what? 2p is greater than minus 9. 2p is greater than minus 9 means p is greater than minus 9 divided by 2. P is less than minus 2, P is greater than minus 9 by 2. Product of the roots. Here sum of the roots, correct? Sum of the roots is minus b by a. That should be less than 0, correct? Both are negative. Negative plus negative is negative. Negative into negative is positive. So I got P less than minus 2. P is greater than minus 9 by 2. P less than minus 2 means P belongs to interval minus infinity to minus 2. P is greater than minus 9 by 2 means minus 9 by 2 to infinity. I'll represent all those things. This will take it as 1. This is 2. And also use the condition that as the roots are real, roots are real, b square minus 4ac should be greater than or equal to 0. b square minus 4ac should be greater than or equal to 0. Use this condition. b is how much? Coefficient of x minus p plus 2. Minus of p plus 2 square is p plus 2 the whole square. Minus of p plus 2 the whole square. Minus 4 into coefficient of x square is 1. And the constant term is 2p plus 9. This should be greater than or equal to 0. Solve this. Minus of p plus 2 whole square is same as p plus 2 whole square. Expand and write p square plus 4 plus 4p minus 4 into 2p minus 8p minus 4 into 9 minus 36 greater than or equal to 0. Correct? So what do you get? P square minus 4p minus 32 greater than or equal to 0. Factorize this. Correct? P square 4p minus 8p minus 4p. Correct? No? 4 minus 36 minus 32. Adding you should get minus 4. Multiplying I should get minus 32. P minus 8 into p plus 4. P minus 8 into p plus 4 greater than or equal to 0. Minus 8 plus 4 is minus 4. Minus 8 into 4 minus 32. So this is the solution set for this can be got by using Wavy-Curve method, one method. Another method is critical points are 8 and minus 4. Minus 4 is smaller, so belongs to the interval minus infinity to minus 4 union 8 to infinity. Open, closed and closed, open. This is solution set 3. Okay. So represent all these three on the number line. Hope you understand this by using x minus a into x minus b greater than or equal to 0. Directly I wrote x minus a into x minus b greater than or equal to 0 means x belongs to the interval minus infinity to a union b to infinity. X minus a into x minus b greater than or equal to 0 means x will belong to the interval minus infinity to a union b to infinity. Assume that a is smaller than b here. Okay. Here smaller number is minus 4 than 8. So minus 4 I wrote first. P plus 4 is p minus minus 4 and p minus 8. P minus minus 4 into p minus 8. So mark the critical points minus 4 and 8. Minus 4 is here. 8 is here. According to this minus infinity to minus 4. Correct. Union 8 to infinity. And according to this p is less than minus 2. Minus 2 is here. This side. Correct. Minus 2 is here. P is less than minus 2. P is less than minus 2 and P is greater than minus 9 by 2. Minus 9 by 2 is here. Minus 4.5. Correct. Minus 9 by 2. So P is greater than minus 9 by 2 is here. So take the common value for all these things. So this and this both should be present. Here any one of them can be present here. Out of these two, any one can be present because OR means union. But this has to be present, even this has to be present. So this is starting from minus 9 by 2. This is ending with minus 2, excluded. So I can see that common value. Here I can't get anything common, correct? Because this is not there. This and this both should be there. Out of these two, any one can be present because OR is union. Union is OR. So I am getting the common values here, correct? This part is common. I represent using another ink here. Here I am getting common values. Correct. Minus 9 by 2 is excluded here. Here is included, excluded. So minus 9 by 2 is excluded. Minus 4 included. So I can include minus 4. Minus 4 is included. So it is open closed interval as given there. So my solution set will be P belongs to the interval. Combining all these things. 1 intersection, 2 intersection, 3. 1 intersection, 2 intersection, 3 is going to be P belongs to the interval minus 9 by 2 to minus 4. Minus 9 by 2 to minus 4. Correct? Alpha, beta. Alpha, beta. This is alpha, beta. Beta is included. Correct? So alpha is minus 9 by 2 and beta is minus 4. Want to find beta minus 2 alpha. Therefore, I'll write the solution finally. beta minus 2 alpha is equal to beta we got minus 4 minus 2 into alpha is minus 9 by 2. Correct? This is equal to minus 4, 2 cancels, minus into minus plus 9 minus 4. Answer is 5, which is option B. Hope it's clear. Question asked on 7th of April, first shift, 2025. Answer is 5. Minus 4 plus 9 equal to 5. Option B is the answer. Move on to the next one. Number of real roots of the equation. This is finding number of roots of the equation. Here modulus function is there, correct? So I need to divide this. And the critical points for this equation are x equal to 2 and x equal to 3. 2 and 3 are the critical points. So number of real roots of this equation is how much to find out. So we'll divide this into cases. Okay. First we'll take x less than 2. Critical points are 2 and 3. Where x minus 2 becomes 0 at x equal to. When x minus 3 becomes 0 at x equal to 3. 2 and 3 are the critical points, right? So I'll divide this at x equal to 2 and 3. So I'll discuss the cases. Case 1 for x less than 2. And I'll apply the definition of modulus function. For x less than 2. For x less than 2, what happens? If x is less than 2, x minus 2 is negative, correct? If you take a number less than 2, say 1.5, 1.5 minus 2 is negative. So mod x minus 2 is negative. X minus 2 negative is mod x minus 2 becomes minus of x minus 2. X is less than 2, 2 minus 3. If you take less than 2, say 1. 1 minus 3 also negative. 1 minus 3 is negative. So x minus 3 is negative. X minus 3 negative means mod x minus 3 is minus of x minus 3. The given equation becomes x into, for x less than 2, mod x minus 2 is minus of x minus 2. So minus x into x minus 2. Correct? Mod x minus 3 will be minus of x minus 3. So it is minus 3 into x minus 3 plus 1 equal to 0. Correct? Because mod x minus 2 will be x minus 2 if x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. If terms inside the mod is less than 0, I should write minus of, applying definition of modulus function. Correct? Hope you understand the definition of modulus function. Mod x minus 2 will be equal to x minus 2 if x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0, means x is greater than or equal to, minus of x minus 2 if x minus 2 is less than 0. That means x is less than 2. Correct? If you take less than 2, mod x minus 2, I should write minus of x minus 2 by definition. Same way, mod x minus 3 will be minus of x minus 3 because for x less than 2, x minus 3 is negative. Correct? If you take a number less than 2, say 1, 1 minus 3 is negative. Terms inside the mod is negative. So x minus 3 negative. So mod x minus 3 is minus of x minus 3. So what we get here from this? Minus x square plus 2x minus 3x plus 9 plus 1 equal to 0. Correct? Applying definition of modulus function. Correct? Mod x minus 2 is minus of x minus 2. Mod x minus 3 is minus of x minus 3. Because for x less than 2, x minus 2 is negative. For x less than 2, x minus 3 also negative. Terms inside the mod is negative means you write minus of. Remove the mod and write. Okay. Apply definition of modulus function properly. The terms inside the mod is negative, minus of you should write. So now what do we get? This is equal to, this implies minus x square plus 2x minus 3x becomes minus x. 9 plus 1 is 10 equal to 0. Correct? Minus x square plus 2x minus 3x plus 9 plus 1 equal to 0. Like this we get. You can multiply the entire equation by minus 1. So what you get is x square plus x minus 10 equal to 0. Solve this using the formula method. What we get? X equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4 into a into c divided by 2a. Divided by 2a. So what we get? This is equal to minus 1 plus or minus root of 1 plus 40, 41 divided by 2. minus 1 plus or minus root 41 by 2. Whether it lies in our interval, you should see. Whether it lies in our interval or not, you should see. Root 41 is 6 point something. 6 point something minus 1, 5 point something. 5 point something by 2 is 2.5 something. So it is not less than 2. If you take minus 1 minus root 41 by 2, that will be less than 2, correct? Because minus root 41 is minus 6.5 nearly. Minus 1 minus 6.5 minus 7.5 minus 7.5 by 2 minus 3.75. So I am getting a negative number. So negative number, if you take, no, it will be less than 2. So my solution set for this interval x less than 2 will be x equal to minus 1 minus root 41 by 2. Correct? Therefore, x equal to minus 1 minus root 41 divided by 2 will belong to the interval minus infinity to 2. Correct? X less than 2 means minus infinity to 2. So one solution we get here. Okay? And the minus 1 plus root 41 by 2 is rejected. Okay. Case 2 I'll take. Case 2. This is for x between 2 and 3, including 2 and excluding 3. X between 2 and 3, including 2, excluding 3. 2 less than or equal to x less than 3. Correct? So x is greater than or equal to and less than 3. X is greater than or equal to means mod x minus 2 will be x minus 2. And for x less than 3, between 2 and 3, say take 2.5. 2.5 minus 2 positive. 2.5 minus 3 is negative. Correct? So given equation becomes when you put 2.5 it is positive. So x into x minus 2. X into x minus 2. For x between 2 and 3, no, x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. So mod x minus 2 is x minus 2. For x between 2 and 3, including 2, excluding 3, x minus 3 is negative, correct? So mod x minus 3 is minus of x minus 3. So minus 3 into x minus 3. Minus 3 into x minus 3 plus 1. Even this type of question, finding the number of real roots of the equation is commonly asked question. In many of the shifts, many of the previous set questions you can find. 2025, 24, 23, 22, commonly asked question this time. Finding the number of real roots using the definition of modulus function. It is split at x equal to 2 and 3. Less than 2 is one case. Between 2 and 3 is another case. Greater than 3 is another case. Like that. Okay. Solving the equation and getting the roots. Whether that root obtained, whether it lies in the interval or not, you should check. If it lies, it is a root. If it does not lie, it's not a root. Okay. So what we get is x into x. X square minus 2x minus 3x plus 9 plus 1 is equal to 0. X square minus 2x minus 3x plus 9 plus 1 equal to 0. So from this, what we get? X square minus 5x 9 plus 1 10 equal to 0. So all this using by formula method. X is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4 into a into c. Correct? Divided by 2a. 2 into 1. So what we get? This is equal to 5 plus or minus 25 minus 40 minus 15. Root of minus 15 divided by 2, which is root of negative. It is not a real number only. So it does not belong to R. Therefore, no real root occurs here. Next, we'll go for case 3. Case 3. What we have? For case 3, for x greater than or equal to 3, I'll take. That is, x belongs to the interval 3 to infinity, including 3. Correct? For x greater than or equal to 3. Take a number greater than or equal to 3. Say, take 4. 4 minus 2, positive. 4 minus 3 positive. So mod x minus 2 is x minus 2. For mod x minus 3 becomes x minus 3. The given equation becomes x into x minus 2 plus 3 into x minus 3 plus 1 equal to 0. What we get? X square minus 2x, open the bracket, plus 3x minus 9 plus 1 equal to 0. What we get from this? X square plus x minus 9 plus 1 minus 8 equal to 0. Correct? x square minus 2x plus 3x, that becomes plus x, minus 9 plus 1. So all this by using formula method, x equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square 1 square 1 minus 4 into a into c, correct, divided by 2a. So what we get is equal to minus 1 plus or minus 4 into 8 is 32, 32 plus 1, 33, root 33 divided by 2. Whether it lies in the interval, root 33, if you take positive value, root 33 is nearly equal to 6, say 5 point something, 5 point something minus 1, 2 point something, correct? Root 33 is approximately equal to 5 point, almost equal to 6, 5.7 maybe, 5.7 minus 1 or 5.8 maybe, 5.8 minus 1, 4.8, 4.8 by 2 is 2.4, 2.4 is not greater than or equal to 3. If you take negative value, minus 1 minus root 33 by 2 becomes negative. Negative value is not less than, not greater than or equal to 3, correct? It is less than 3. So it does not lie in this, does not belong to the interval, does not belong to the closed open interval 3 to infinity. X is greater than or equal to 3 means interval is 3 to infinity. Both the roots will not lie in that interval. Here no solution. Here no solution. Here we get only one solution. Here we got two solutions actually. Only one solution satisfies. Therefore, number of real roots of this equation is only one. Therefore, only one real root. Only one real solution. Only one real solution exists. Okay. So answer is option D. Question asked on 7th of April, 2nd shift, 2025. Want the next one? Solution is shown here, correct? This is what we got now. Minus 5 plus or minus root 5 plus or minus. It's not minus 5, it's plus 5 here. Correct? 5 plus or minus root minus 15 by 2. That's what we got. Same thing, correct? And here also we got minus 1 plus or minus root 33 by 2. Minus 1 plus or minus, only solution is this, minus 1 minus root 41 by 2. Only solution is 1. So answer is option D. Move on to the next one. Last question I think of this April shift, quadratic equations. Also I'll be doing the January shift questions, okay, of quadratic equations. Sum of the squares of the roots of this equation. Sum of the squares of the roots of this and the squares of the roots of this is how much? Question asked on 8th of April, 2nd shift, 2025. So, here for the first equation, the critical point is x equal to 2. Correct? For the second equation, critical point is x equal to 3. Where the terms inside the mod become 0. That's a critical point. So, I am dividing this at x equal to 2. For the first equation, consider the first equation first. Consider mod of x minus 2 the whole square minus mod plus mod of x minus 2 equal to 0. For this case 1, the critical point is at x equal to. So first I'll take x less than 2. Second case I'll take x greater than or equal to. Let x for x less than 2. For x less than 2, what happens? For x less than 2, mod x minus 2 is minus of x minus 2, correct? If you take a number less than 2, x minus 2 is negative. So terms inside the mod is negative, means mod of x minus 2 becomes minus of x minus 2. But minus of x minus 2 square is same as x minus 2 square. The given equation becomes minus of x minus 2 the whole square, correct? Minus of x minus 2 equal to 0. That is minus square is plus. So this will become x minus 2 the whole square minus x minus 2 equal to 0. You can put x minus 2 as lambda, okay? For convenience, put lambda equal to x minus 2. Put lambda equal to x minus 2. Then we have lambda square minus lambda minus 2 equal to 0. Correct? That is lambda plus 2 into lambda minus 1. Lambda plus 2 into lambda minus 1 equal to 0. 2 minus 1, sorry, minus 2 plus 1. Sorry, mistake. Minus 2 plus 1, no? Lambda minus 2 lambda plus 1, correct? Minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1, minus 2 into 1 is minus 2. This gives lambda equal to 2, lambda equal to 2, or lambda equal to minus 1. What is lambda? X minus 2. So x minus 2 is equal to 2. X minus 2 is equal to minus 1. This will give x equal to 4. X equal to 4. This will give x equal to minus 1 plus 2, 1. Correct? Lambda is x minus 2. So x minus 2 is 2. X minus 2 is minus 1. X is 2 plus 2, 4. X is minus 1 plus 2, 1. So x is 4 and 1 I'm getting. I want x less than 2. Less than 2 means 4 does not satisfy. Rejected. This is accepted. Only one solution I'm getting, x equal to 1 for this. Case 2 I'll take for x greater than or equal to and solve this. Case 2. Case 2 for x greater than or equal to 2. For x greater than or equal to. X is greater than or equal to means x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. So mod x minus 2 is x minus 2 only. So given equation becomes what? X minus 2 the whole square plus x minus 2 minus 2 equal to 0. You take for convenience x minus 2 as mu. Let mu be equal to x minus 2. So given equation becomes what? Mu square plus mu minus 2 equal to 0. Solve this equation. Adding you should get 2. Multiplying you should get minus 1. Mu plus 2 into mu minus 1 equal to 0. 2 minus 1 is 1. 2 into minus 1 minus 2. So mu is equal to minus 2 or mu is equal to 1. What is mu? X minus 2. So x minus 2 is equal to minus 2. Here x minus 2 is equal to 1. So this gives x is equal to 0. This gives x equal to 3. I want x is greater than or equal to. 0 is not greater than or equal to. 0 is less than 2. So this is rejected. This is accepted. 3 is a number greater than or equal to. So here we get one solution. Next go to this equation. Consider this equation. There the critical point is 3. Terms inside the mod is x minus 3. Where x minus 3 becomes 0 and x equal to 3. 3 is the critical point. So x less than 3, one case. X greater than or equal to 3, another case. Two cases I'll consider there. Now consider the equation. That equation is what? X square minus 2 times mod x minus 3, correct, minus 5 equal to 0. Case 1. This is case 1 for this. Critical point is at x equal to 3. I am dividing at x equal to 3 for x less than 3. First case. For x less than 3. For x less than 3, take a number less than 3, say 2. 2 minus 3 is negative. Terms inside the mod is negative. So mod x minus 3 is minus of x minus 3. Given equation becomes what? X square minus 2 into minus of x minus 3. Minus of minus plus. 2 times x minus 3 minus 5 equal to 0. Correct? Right? Mod x minus 3 is minus of x minus 3. Minus of minus becomes plus. Solve this. X square plus 2x minus 6 minus 5 minus 11 equal to 0. So solving this, what you get? X equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4 into a into c. Correct? Divided by 2a divided by 2 into 1. What I get? This is equal to minus 2 plus or minus 4 into 11 is 44. Minus into minus plus 44 plus 4 is 48. Root 48 is root of 16 into 3. Correct? That is 4 root 3. So I'll get this as minus 2 plus or minus 4 root 3. Correct? Root of 16 into 3. Root 16 is 4. 4 root 3 divided by 2. 2 you can cancel. I can write this as minus 1 plus or minus 2 root 3. I got the solution for this. Whether it lies in that interval you check. 2 root 3 is how much? Root 3 is approximately 1.732. 1.732 into 2. 3.4 something. 3.4 minus 1, 2.4. It is less than 3. Correct? 2 root 3. Root 3 is 1.732. 1.7 take approximately. 1.7 into 2. 3.4. 3.4 minus 1. 2.4. It is less than 3. If you take minus 1 minus 2 root 3, it will be negative. Any negative number is less than 3. Correct? So both the values satisfies. Both the values are possible. Case 2. Both are possible. We'll put double tick. Next case is for this x greater than or equal to 3. Case 2 for this x is greater than or equal to 3. For x greater than or equal to 3. Solve this. For x greater than or equal to 3, mod x minus 3 becomes x minus 3, correct? So because x is greater than or equal to 3, applying definition of modulus function, get x square minus 2 into mod x minus 3 is x minus 3 minus 5 equal to 0. So what we get? This is x square minus 2x minus into minus plus 6 minus 5 plus 1. We can complete the square. This is nothing but x minus 1 the whole square, correct? X minus 1 the whole square equal to 0. Taking square roots, we get x minus 1 equal to 0, which implies x is equal to 1. X equal to 1 is not less than, it is not greater than or equal to 3, it's less than 3, correct? X equal to 1, it's a repeated root, that is not going to satisfy. Greater than or equal to 3 is not possible. So this value is rejected. So here I am getting two solutions. Here I get one solution. Here I get one solution. You have to find sum of the squares of the roots of all these things. Take the squares of all these things and add it. Okay. So required is sum of the squares of all the roots. Correct. What is square of 1? 1. What is square of 3? That is 9. Correct. Square of this plus square of this. These two rejected. This does not lie in that interval. 0 greater than or equal to is not possible. So rejected. And 4 is less than 2. Not possible. Rejected. So 1 is a solution for that. Here 0 does not satisfy. 3 satisfies. And here both the values satisfies. Both of these are less than 3. Here the solution obtained is repeated root, does not satisfy. So that I can take the square and add it. Minus 1 plus 2 root 3 the whole square. Correct? Minus 1 plus 2 root 3 the whole square. And minus 1 minus 2 root 3 the whole square. What do you get? And here you can expand it. This is minus 1 minus 2 root 3 whole square is same as 1 plus 2 root 3 the whole square. Here I can use a plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square. A plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square is 2 times a square plus b square. Directly I can write. So that simplification I'll show here. Okay. Minus 1 plus 2 root 3 the whole square plus minus 1 minus 2 root 3 whole square is same as 1 plus 2 root 3 whole square, because minus and taking common. Minus square will be plus. What I am getting is 1 plus 2 root 3 the whole square. 1 plus 2 root 3 the whole square. This is a plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square. I'll take like this. A plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square. 2 times a square plus b square. Correct? 2 times a square. A is 2 root 3. B is 1. Read like this. A plus b the whole square. My a is 2 root 3, b is 1. A minus b the whole square. My a is 2 root 3, b is 1. So 2 times a square plus b square. 2 root 3 square is 12. Correct? 1 square is 1. 2 root 3 square. 2 square 4, root 3 square 3. 2 root 3 square is 12. I am using this formula. A plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square. 2 times a square plus b square. I'll write the formula if you want. A plus b whole square plus a minus b the whole square. Okay, basic algebraic identity. A plus b whole square plus a minus b whole square is 2 times a square plus b square. Okay, so 13 plus 12 plus 1 13, 13 2s are is 26 I'm getting. So 9 plus 1 10 here. Sum of these two shown here 26. So answer is 10 plus 26 is equal to 36. Answer is 36. Option C. Question asked on 8th of April, second shift 2025. So this is about all the questions of January shift from the quadratic equations chapter. JEE Main 2025 April shift. 9 questions were asked. 2 questions from Newton's method and 1 question we had on cube roots of unity, imaginary cube roots of unity, omega and omega square. Finding the real roots of the equation, 2 questions were there, and questions were asked on the nature of roots. There were 4 questions. One was on integral roots and one was a condition on both the roots positive, another was both the roots negative, and one more question was finding something like that. I think just recall one more question was, this is about finding the number of real roots. 2 questions we had. And question number 7 was, this is both the roots negative, and this is on cube roots of unity. Okay, this is on integral roots. Integral roots we had 1 question, and this is equal roots. One more question was equal roots. 1 question was on both the roots positive, and in the question both the roots negative, and another one was integral roots, and another one was equal roots. 4 questions on nature of roots. 2 questions were from Newton's method. Okay, Newton's method is Pn is equal to alpha power n plus or minus beta power n. Alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation. Learn that, very easy to crack. Or they can give Pn is equal to lambda into alpha power n plus or minus mu into beta power n. In that form also, if they give, we can apply Newton's method. Ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 becomes what? A into Pn plus 2 plus b into Pn plus 1 plus c into Pn equal to 0. From the quadratic equation, you can write the relationship in terms of Pn plus 2, Pn plus 1, Pn, keeping the coefficients of the quadratic as it is. Okay, if you know the relationship between Pn plus 2, Pn plus 1 and Pn, you can write the corresponding quadratic equation. So 4 questions were asked from the nature of the roots, 2 questions on number of real roots, okay, finding the number of real roots using the definition of modulus function critical points, and 1 question was on cube root of unity, and 2 questions from Newton's method. So all the 9 questions we have covered, okay, from the January shift 2025 JEE main, okay, all the 9 questions have been covered. And many more videos will be uploaded in the coming days. I'm going to do the synopsis of various topics, okay, for a KCET and other competitive exams separately, and for JEE also separately. Synopsis of every chapter will be done, and also PYQs of KCET from 1984 to 2025 is being started uploading, okay, chapter by chapter. NCERT exemplar book also I'm going to solve chapter by chapter, NCERT book as well as NCERT exemplar, PYQs of CET exams, PYQs of JEE mains exams, all will be covered. Many more videos will be uploaded in the coming days. With this I conclude. Thank you.